Right, so watch this clip. This is hilarious. See, my controller was glitchy for the longest time now. It still is, and it would be pressing R2 on its own sometimes, which is why I would sometimes just be firing for no reason and stuff. But here it actually came in handy, because right here, I did not press that button. I just happened to coincidentally get that one shot, that one perfect shot, because my controller was malfunctioning. I swear, whoever lost to that must have been salty if they ever found out about this. So, around last summer, it was around July, there was this manga that I was reading. It's called Pokémon Adventures. I think it's called Pokémon Special in Japan. Anyways, it was a rather interesting read. It was like I have the collector sets. I've gone through the first book so far, which covers like the first 40 chapters of the series. So that should be the first 3 volumes right there in one book. And I'm actually surprised like how quickly the main character is able to go through it. Probably because I'm just used to the much slower pacing that the anime had with Ash, where it would take a bit of a while for him to get from one place to another. Pretty sure it would take a while to get through all the episodes, even if you did marathon it. Man. But yeah, just... like, it's just kind of funny how over the years my interest in Pokemon in general kind of waned a bit after like, going through Gen 4 and not really having the kind of money to be buying up Gen 6 and 7 and all that, because like I had to get a 3DS and I haven't even played Gen 5 yet, and it just seemed like a whole hassle to keep up with at that point. And that was well over a decade ago, goddamn. Time really flies. But yeah, I was reading through this manga, and it was an interesting journey to say the least. Like, it's fun seeing Red going through his adventures through Kanto and actually winning the Pokemon League in a reasonable pace. Wasn't stuck watching like hundreds of episodes waiting to just see him fail a tournament at the first round. And that was always kind of just... it was a frustrating thing always, like, even after I stopped watching the anime, I kept hearing about like Ash getting into another tournament only to lose again and again. It was kind of why I stopped watching after Gen 4, because after that double legendary shit with the freaking Darkrai and Latios from this one guy, it's like, y'all just do like anything to make sure that this kid does not win a tournament, goddamn. I mean, it's not like the anime has to stop the second he wins. You could still have him do stuff after winning. You could still go to new regions and like go on adventures and try to win tournaments there. It's not like it's not like the whole Pokemon journey just suddenly comes to a close once you win one tournament. Tournament ain't even in the games, for crying out loud. Just go to the Pokemon League, fight the Elite Four and shit. So it just never made sense to me. Like, they just seem so abrasive to have the main character in the anime win a tournament, and then this manga is like, yeah, 40 chapters, easy. Like, goddamn, the contrast is insane. I can see why a lot of people actually like the manga, because like they actually do other stuff with these characters. Like, they get through the whole journey through Kanto thing like a reasonable pace, and now I'm starting book 2, and now I'm like genuinely intrigued because they have this whole new plot development. Like, there's this new character, Yellow, and I'm interested in like seeing what's going on with her. Yes, I already know it's a girl. Like, can't hide that shit from me. It's obvious. But I'm interested in seeing where it's going. Like, why is Red missing? What's the deal with the Elite Four on being on some shady shit? The villains too, like some of the gym leaders were secretly Team Rocket members and junk. Doesn't it seem like this interesting turn in how like this manga kind of takes the Pokemon journey and kind of does like their own thing with it story-wise. It's fun to see, like seeing where it goes. I guess it's just that was always kind of something I just wanted to get off my chest because like it was much more satisfying to read this than watching through the anime again. Let me tell you. So I'm excited to like read through more of it because you know I have this whole collector's set that I picked up over time, so I have a lot of reading to do. I must have like, what is it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Is it 9 books I have, or was it 10? But yeah, I'll be a while with this. Like I'm gonna go through all this stuff. See all the different storylines of all these different characters going through all the regions. I think it'll be fun. Kinda need to do more reading lately anyways. As for Pokemon games though, I haven't really played much of anything since Gen 4. I don't really have the money to be buying Pokemon games like that. Those things are always expensive. Like, I'm pretty sure that there's this one copy of Pokemon Emerald at a GameStop I go to. That thing just stayed at 40 bucks for like 10 years. I could just never buy it. It's just way too expensive. It's probably gone now. They don't sell GBA games no more. I'm not sure they sell DS games even. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I guess that's just how I'm feeling about Pokemon at the moment. Cause like, yeah, I heard Ash eventually won in like Alola, like a decade after I stopped watching the anime, which honestly just kind of makes me feel more justified in not watching the anime anymore, because then I would have wasted another 10 years waiting for this kid to win at something. And I ain't got time for that. I want to see other stories with other adventures, people actually like succeeding in their goals before my hair turns gray. You know? It's like, I get it. It's like, it's a franchise. They're doing like the whole marketable thing. Want it to last forever. But then why not just do what other series do and like have new stories that go beyond just winning one specific tournament or whatever. Do you think people who win in like a tournament or whatever just quit and like they just peaked after that? No, they do more tournaments and try to win more. For like multiple years even sometimes. Try to keep the champion title or whatever. They could have done the storyline on that. They could have had him go to other regions after winning in one region and just try to win in multiple regions. There are people that do that. Like, the average player is technically doing that if they're buying up all the games and playing them all. I mean, yeah, it's not like the same physical player character, but it's still like the same player playing multiple games. It's a whole thing. Like, come on. It's not like it would even be all that weird for a character to return. I mean, they've done it before. They have them be like super bosses or whatever. And they had Red come back multiple times in the games. So it's like, why not? It really shouldn't be that difficult for the anime to mix it up a little, which is why I'm really interested in reading the rest of this manga, because, like, they're actually doing stuff with the character after he wins the tournament. He's getting challengers, he's facing them. There's a group that beats him really badly and apparently kidnapped him or some shit, and now, like, he's missing and now his friends are looking for him. Like, see, there's some actual stakes and investment in there now. Like, I want to see where this goes. And they haven't even introduced new regions yet. Like, it ain't that difficult to make a more engaging plot, you know? I'm pretty sure this manga was around back when the anime was new. So you can't even say, like, it's like a time gap thing, like modern writing improvements or whatever. Like, this was written back then. It's just a different story. The same type of world. And they say they're probably writing something more interesting, for sure. Now, speaking of the manga itself, I guess it's kind of funny, like, seeing a different kind of interpretation of the Pokemon world than what I'm typically used to seeing from just the games or the anime. Yeah, like, you have your smaller side stories where, like, he runs into, like, random people and helps them out with their problems and stuff too. But it's also interesting, like, seeing a sort of ongoing storyline kind of running concurrently with the more episodic, typical daily adventures in the world of Pokemon type stuff. Like, they have this whole thing where gym leaders, like multiple gym leaders, are secretly working for Team Rocket as, like, high-ranking members, and that's just kind of insane to me. Like, can you imagine, like, these people who are in these positions of power, like, running these towns with their gyms, being considered real important and all that stuff, and then you find out that they're secretly working with the criminal organization the whole time, and it's like, which gym leaders can you even trust anymore, man? And now you have, like, a whole schism thing going on, because, like, you have the good gym leaders and the Team Rocket gym leaders. I don't know. Real interested in that one. I want to see where that one's going. Cause, like, yeah, you have, like, Erica and Misty and Brock, like, they're all chill. But then you got, like, Sabrina and Lieutenant Surge, like, rocking Team Rocket uniforms and, like, setting up deadly traps inside of the Silco Tower and shit. It's like, goddamn, shit's getting crazy. There's, like, actual lives at risk, cause, like, they out for blood and this shit. Trying to, like, kill the characters outright instead of just winning a Pokemon battle. Like, yeah, it's a bit different from, like, what the anime would have done, but I ain't complaining. Like, honestly, it seems more realistic in that sense, because, like, why wouldn't there be people who kind of outright kill the Pokemon world for the sake of some sort of plan or whatever to, like, make big money or do some underhanded shit in the criminal underground or whatever. Honestly, I probably would expect that more in a world of magical, superpowered creatures instead of just everything being hunky-dory for the most part, outside of, like, goofy and effectual villains like Jesse and James. Like, no shade to them, like, I get what they're there for, but, like, even the more serious villains compared to them just be kind of mid. Like, I'm not really feeling like, oh shit, these guys are more serious. There's, like, an actual threat here. They're just kind of yeah, these guys ain't like Jesse and James, but like they ain't really scary. Yeah, that's how it felt to me. Like even as a kid, I never really found like the more serious anime villains all that threatening. Like I don't know, like they're like doing crazy shit with Team Rocket in the manga. Like they are straight up like ready to kill literal children just for the sake of like obtaining these powerful Pokemon and taking over shit. It's wild. Just like having that running concurrently with like Red just going on his journey trying to get his badges. Of course he runs in like green and blue and gets caught up in like little side adventures with them. Sometimes I gotta run into Team Rocket, try to stop them. Yeah, it was just a good time overall. Really enjoyed it. Also kind of funny how, technically speaking, Blue, and yes I'm using the Japanese names, I guess it's just kind of funny how Blue is technically the first female character in terms of like playable characters, even though she technically wasn't playable until the remakes because, I don't know, they just didn't have time to like add her in, I guess. Harbor limitations or whatever. This is interesting seeing how like for the manga they had this whole angle where she basically was like a sort of thief or whatever, like she was doing some shady stuff of her own, but not outright evil like Team Rocket's doing. It's more I don't know, I guess like an E-rated femme fatale type of situation where like she's kind of like playing this whole character to like, you know what I mean, like pretend that she's like this cute girl who's all harmless and whatever, but like secretly she's plotting some shit and like she's gonna jack something off of somebody, pull some scams and whatever. Make a quick buck and then get the fuck out. I feel like you wouldn't really get that for like a female lead unless it was in this manga specifically, because that is definitely not something I see in the anime, I feel. It's not normally. Probably expect it from like, I don't know, maybe Digimon would have tried that first, for all I know. I don't really be looking into Digimon like that. Maybe I should. Or try a Cyber Sleuth or something. Yeah. I'm gonna keep reading Pokemon Adventures. I want to see how Yellow kind of deals with this whole situation with Red being missing. And what the whole deal with the Elite Four is, because goddamn Lorelei was out for blood too and this shit. Like, she was really about to do a whole ass cave-in on these people. Not trying to freeze them to death, just crush them with rocks. Damn. I'd say that's cold, but, you know, ice types is kind of a thing. Duh. So yeah. Now, would I return to Pokemon in general? I'm not sure, honestly. Cause like, I haven't really owned anything Nintendo related that's newer than the Wii, and I'm not sure if that's gonna change anytime soon. Things have always been rough for me financially, but even more so in recent years. So I'm not really like itching to buy a Switch or Switch 2 at the moment. And even then, like, Gen 9 for some reason was looking like a glitchy mess, which is like really unusual for Nintendo IP. Like, they normally make sure their games are polished as fuck before they put anything in, you know? It was just weird seeing that happen with Nintendo. This one friend keeps bringing up the special circumstances with the Pokemon Company, but like, that's still unusual for a Nintendo IP, regardless. It's like, when does that ever happen in a Nintendo game? Like, I expect that from a Ubisoft game. I expect that from maybe like maybe a Sonic Team game sometimes. But Nintendo? Aren't they like super anal about making sure their stuff is polished? So I don't know. It was a weird case seeing that happen with Pokemon of all things. Yeah, I get it. Pokemon Company has been doing this thing where they keep having to push out new stuff every year, but like, that still don't make no sense for how you just end up with Scarlet and Violet looking like Assassin's Creed Unity or some shit. That is unusual for them. Anyways, I guess it's just not really feeling for like getting to the whole creature collector type thing, and kind of like, if anything, I kind of got more into different kinds of RPGs. Like, I was playing like Final Fantasy 1 several years back, got really into that. Might try some more entries. I remember playing Crisis Core as well. Most Kingdom Hearts games tend to use like the same magic system, which is why it's pretty familiar to me already. At least as far as the magic is concerned. But I think it's an interesting thing to look at, because like, they have this whole setup with job classes and such. It's kind of why I want to try 3 as well, since it lets you choose the classes of your characters now, just like the first one did, and I want to try another entry with that. I probably will get the 2 as well, since I pretty much have 1 and 2 on a GBA cartridge. That's how I played the first one. Yeah, that's like a whole other thing for another time. When it comes to the Pokemon games in particular, I'm just not sure if I'm going to be seeing myself playing in the newer ones anytime soon. I mean, heck, I haven't touched Diamond in forever. And I used to play that all the time. I had like hundreds of hours in farming berries. It was like a whole daily routine for me. Those were the days. Things were so different back in the 2000s. God damn. But yeah. As far as like Pokemon overall is concerned, I'll definitely be reading the manga now. I'm not sure if I'll get back into playing the games, but I'm just not bothering with the anime. I know Ash eventually won a tournament, and even like won a whole tournament amongst other champions and stuff, which is neat, I guess. They're going like on a world journey type thing or whatever. And that there's like a new protagonist with the new season, finally. But I don't know. It's like, those are the kind of things I probably would have been asking for back when I was like 12, and I'm like, what, 30 now? Just not really feeling for watching Pokemon anime anymore, honestly. Probably just watch other stuff. Yeah. That makes sense. As for merch, well, yeah, I'm broke. I don't really be buying merch. Maybe I would get a plush for someone else or whatever if they asked. but otherwise it's just Dude, it had to be like someone close, because I'm not just handing out stuff willy-nilly. I am wondering though, maybe I could donate the mangas after I'm done reading them to my local library. Maybe people will like that, I don't know. Just considering it for a while. I mean, it's either that or I'd sell them online. See how much money I can get for that. Because they weren't exactly cheap. So yeah. Probably just... That's my notes on that, and I'll probably get to something else soon. Later.